The mother and father of the 2-year-old boy who allegedly used his father's firearm to shoot himself are speaking out this evening. The child died the same night. The parents say while nothing can bring back their son, they feel staff at the Spanish Town Hospital did not do enough to save their child's life.
Almanda McLean Jr. was only 2 years old when he died, but his parents' memories of him will last a lifetime. 18 days ago, he took his last breath in his mother's arms. Almanda was at home when he allegedly used his father's firearm to shoot himself in the head. The child's father, Almanda McLean Sr., who is a policeman, and his mom were home when it happened. Mr. McLean said he felt sick at work, went home and fell asleep. He said he woke up to see his son with his firearm. Mr. McLean said before he could retrieve the firearm, it went off and the bullet caught his son in the head. After the explosion, the mother, who was in another section of the house, rushed in the room to see her son on the floor with a wound. They rushed him to the Spanish Town Hospital, where the father said what he described as a nightmare began.
That is where it come like the tragic begins. Just never look like when what happened at the home, that is where it begins.
The mother, Angelique Carr, said she ran into the accident and emergency department of the hospital, yelling to the staff that her son had been shot. She said nobody paid her any attention or even attended to the baby. Ms. Carr said she sat in a wheelchair with her son for close to 3 hours before anyone took the baby from her. Through that period, though, she said her son was still breathing and had moved his hands and feet more than once. Ms. Carr said at one point a nurse tried using a sheet to cover her son, but she pushed it away.
She walked off, and as she walked off, he took the second breath. And I said to him, just wait on Daddy. And before he reached, the child took the last breath before he reached. So I sat there with my son until he passed away in my hand. And nobody tried anything. Nobody.
Almanda's father asserts that the actions of the staff at the Spanish Town Hospital have left him feeling it was useless trying to get his son medical attention. The parents had an accident while transporting the child to the hospital.
Some person said to me that better I went to public, because the moment I went to Spanish Town Hospital, he died dead already.
The mother bemoans what she calls the general insensitive nature of the staff in dealing with her child's death. She says after her son took his last breath, she left him with a staff member and went to another section of the hospital to inform the father, who was speaking with a hospital administrator.
I said to a nurse that I want to go back where I was sitting with the baby. And when I go around there, I saw my son sitting in the same wheelchair that I was sitting. They didn't even put him on a bed. They put him in the wheelchair. And it hurt me more. I couldn't bear to see it.
We asked the hospital chief executive officer, Mr. Dwayne Francis, about the allegation that the hospital staff did not attend to the child, even with the mother yelling her child was shot in the head. Mr. Francis says he will have to investigate the matter, but he was shocked at the allegation as the hospital generally responds to these kinds of emergencies promptly and with urgency. Kirk Wright, TVJ News.